Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
You can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful.
Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
Alright, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3, beautiful. Oh, we're coming in.
Hello everyone, I'm Kirsten Fairchild alongside Fred Lansing. The Aragon Dons from San Mateo are down. They are the number 5 seed here in San Jose, taking on the number 4 seed, the Leland Chargers. Thank you for joining us. We were a few minutes behind the opening kickoff, which was an onside kick attempt by Leland, but the Chargers interfered with it, so Aragon asked for a re-kick. And here we are, opening play from scrimmage for the Dons and their quarterback getting around the end. Aragon's known for their multiple sets offense. They are the 5 seed. Leland is the 4 seed, and a pickup of about 8 on the play.
Yeah, Elsie got to the outside, showing some nice lateral speed, and tonight the Chargers are going to have to keep up with that field-to-field, sideline-to-sideline speed.
Absolutely. J.D. Elsie, he is the guy that makes this offense go. Steve Sell in his 13th year as the head coach for Aragon. He's also the athletic director. 2nd and 2 for the Dons. And the handoff, first down yardage and more. So just 2 plays. And a first down for Aragon. Such a prestigious stadium named after Pat Tillman, the former Leland Charger, who also played for NFL ball for the Arizona Cardinals. We'll talk more about him as this game goes on. 1st and 10 from the Aragon 48. The quarterback is Nat Blood. Blood rolling out to his right. Across the middle, the receiver comes back. And they're going to say incomplete pass, underthrown. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, on the play action that time, Kirsten, under heavy pursuit by Kevin Pope for the Leland Chargers that time. He had to get rid of that ball. Might have completed it, but the pursuit made him release a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
Leland, their defense of 4-4. Head coach Mike Carrazzo is in his 6th year. 2nd and 10 for the Dons. Dons send a man in motion, and the inside handoff. And the Dons straight up the middle for a healthy chunk of yardage.
Yeah, that time Elsie just went off center, showing some motion in the backfield with Aragon really keeping that Charger defense looking sideline to sideline. Nice quick opener for 6 yards.
Ryan Clohessy is the starting left tackle. Frank Romana, the left guard. Tyler Neely is the center. Jovan Mejia Ortiz, the right guard. James Fanoga, the right tackle. And the tight end is David Manoa, one of the leaders on this team. Marcel Jackson with the carry, and good defense by Leland brings up 4th and short.
Yeah, that time he got wrapped up by the safety. Max Aiken just came up, smelled out that play, made the stop. And Aiken, just a sophomore, 5'7", 135 pounds, making a stop on a lot bigger man, showing some why he's out on the ball field as just a sophomore.
Aragon 7-3 overall, went 2-3 as they go for it on fourth down and first down yardage and more. You see the nice burst of speed from the fullback for Aragon.
Yeah, that time Patrick Pawnee just took it right over the middle. And a lot of times, Kirsten, when you stack the line on those types of plays, you get by the first level, and you can get some additional yardage easily. And he almost broke that short of a shoestring tackle by Leland.
1st and 10 for the Dons from the Leland 35. The team from San Mateo on the move, relying primarily or exclusively on their run game. And you see the handoff to Kyle Kay, the receiver. Kyle Kay showing a great burst of speed and another first down for the Dons.
Yeah, Kay, nice burst of speed in the outside. Safety there saves the touchdown. And this is what the Chargers will be concerned about, is this team speed by Aragon on offense.
Aragon tied for third place with Burlingame. Terra Nova, Sacred Heart Prep and Terra Nova also in that league doing very well. And another handoff, and you see another big run. Jackson trying to break it through. And touchdown. One of our officiating crew signals touchdown. It's on the scoreboard.
And looks like it's 6 points. Dominic Proya made a nice shoestring tackle, but was just a little bit late. Looks like we got a man down on the field early here, Kirsten.
Yes, absolutely, as the teams take a knee while we have this opportunity. Again, a bit of a late start for us. Thank you for joining us. Central Coast Section Division II action in San Jose, California. Pat Tillman Stadium, the home of the Leland Chargers, hosting the Aragon Dons. This is the first meeting between these two teams. Kirsten Fairchild's Fred Landis bringing you the action. Fred, a lot of scouting going on, a lot of research and homework both programs needed to do this week for this first-round matchup.
Yeah, that's always a challenge at CCS playoffs. Now they're taking off big number 73, who their pass rusher earlier, Kevin Pope, the big senior, 6'1", 229, and looks like his left foot ankle may have been hurt. We'll hope that he comes back.
Absolutely. James Garcia, brand new kicker in for the point after attempt. It's good. 9:21 left to go in the first quarter. Aragon scores on its opening possession and takes a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, they didn't take much time to do it either. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Well, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
St. Francis of Mountain View, the top seed in the Division II bracket. The number 2 seed, Los Gatos. The winner of this game between Aragon and Leland would meet the winner of Overfelt, which is in Mountain View, playing the Lancers as we speak. So a lot of diversity to this D2 bracket.
Yeah, they come from, of course, different sections based on size. And ironically, you have a 5-5 team who's top seeded, which doesn't make a lot of sense, seemingly, given their schedule and their talent, is really the real grading point, not the record, is the way the CCS sets this up.
That's right. St. Francis playing in the ultra-tough West Catholic Athletic League. The Chargers on the return, bringing it back to the center of the field is Kenny Portero, the 5'10", 183-pound senior. Leland will go to work, 1st and 10 from their own 19. Starting lineups for Leland. Connor Anderson is the left tackle. Colin Pope, the left guard. Tay Kim, the center. Eric Beecham, the right guard. Ted Fossick, the right tackle. And Johnny Zavaleta, the tight end. Matt Moses, the wide receiver. Kenny Portera, the halfback. Jack Pizzo is the fullback. And Matt McLaughlin is the quarterback, with Holland Kreider as the wingback. The first pass batted up in the air, and Leland lucky to come down with that.
Yes, a dangerous screen pass there. That onslaught of pursuit by the Aragon defense. Really a little bit quicker than the Chargers there anticipated. Luckily, it did not get intercepted.
A loss of 3 on the play brings up 2nd and 13. Matt McLaughlin, the quarterback, following in the footsteps of last year's graduate Jason Habash. Habash just one of many graduates last year that made such an impact. 20 players return, 8 starters for Leland this season as Aragon reads the run and stops the run.
Yeah, the Charger offense is going to have to worry about big number 4, David Manoa, plays both ways, tight end and defensive line. The Aragon, the Dons are a pass rush team. They pin their ears back. Number 4, big number 4, Manoa leads the pack in rushing the passer, and he flops around from either side to Kirsten.
3rd and 11 for the Chargers, still looking to get their offense going as McLaughlin rolls out, sends it down the sideline. And that picked off. Aragon at 7:51 left in the first quarter with the interception.
You see McLaughlin was under pursuit even in the rollout. You see they're having him roll out of the pocket early to avoid that pass rush. And threw right into coverage for the interception. So that's what the Chargers are going to be faced with here tonight from this pursuing Aragon defense.
The Dons off to a positive start for Aragon fans. 1st and 10 from the Leland 29. Blood looking to throw, going toward the far sideline, and there's a flag comes in. I believe that's going to be Leland ball, and it is. So turnovers beget turnovers, if you will.
Yes. Well, that time the Dons decided to go for broke on the turnover. They go for 6 right away. It was well underthrown pass, but Robert Moffitt was right there to make the pick for Leland, and they get another chance this time a little bit deeper in their own territory. Nonetheless, taking some points away where Aragon had it in scoring position, and with the penalty, it's going to move it up another 15 yards, Kirsten.
Face mask penalty against Aragon at the conclusion of that play gives Leland better field position than they started with. So a couple of blips on the respective radars, and Leland back at it in offense. 7:45 left to go in the first. The Chargers trailing 7-0 to the visiting Aragon Dons.
And maybe just a little bit of frustration by the wide receiver there with an underthrown pass. He realized he was open with a little more air under the ball. Could have been a completion, but it's a windy night, and that's going to happen tonight with a lot of balls that go long.
And the handoff. Portera trying to turn the corner. Great pursuit by Aragon laterally. As not much there for Portera.
Yeah, Dominic Proya came over, cut him off before he was able to turn the corner. Chargers maybe not used to seeing as much speed in their conference in the area, the San Jose area, with the outside of a team like Oak Grove. Why this may have been the fastest team they've seen all season.
Just one on the play. 2nd and 9 from the 25, and here come the Hankies. Our referee tonight is Phil Beltran, the veteran. The umpire, Steve Stearns. Head linesman is Bob D'Artez. Greg Sparks, the lines judge, and the back judge is Chris Denker. Here is Phil Beltran, and that goes against the Dons. So Leland will take it.
Any way they can get it.
Any way they can get it. Brings up 2nd and 4 for the Chargers. Kenny Portrera will certainly want to keep your eye on, number 7 for Leland. He was last year's Divisional Player of the Year, Junior of the Year. And the handoff on the left side. And first down for Leland, the Chargers' first of the night.
Yeah, that time Jack Pizzo ran it and broke a couple of tackles on his way to getting that first down. And that's what the Chargers are going to have to do is be very quick with their handoffs, beat that onslaught, that bull rush, pass rush, and
1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Portera. Pickup of about 4, 6 and change left to go in the first. Leland trailing 7-0.
they can manage to run the ball, keep that offense off the field, establish a ground game, Kirsten, that's what they're going to be needing to do. But you have a team like Aragon that can score fast. There's a lot of team speed. Is a big play team, and you got to keep the ball out of that offensive team like that.
McLaughlin, the junior quarterback for Leland. Dropping back and the screen pass. Portera, spin move. We'll see where they spot this. It looks like it's just short of a first down.
Did a nice job of breaking the tackle by Kyle Kay of Aragon, and we see why he is where he is in offense for this ball club, Kirsten, as that time a nice bubble screen. He was left uncovered and managed to turn the corner and get some nice yardage.
Last year, Kenny Portera scored 20 touchdowns and nearly 1,500 yards rushing. 3rd and 1 for the Chargers. Trying to get into Aragon territory. They do. And first down yardage. So the sticks move again for the Chargers. Now it seems a little more in sync. Shook off the nerves?
I think so. And finding some room over that left side on the ground game. That line up front getting a push. And Pizzo once again almost broke into the secondary, but had plenty of yardage for the first down.
Pizzo, a first-team all-division pick returner from last year. He is a senior. Portera cutting back inside. And again, Aragon limiting the Chargers on that play to just a few yards.
Yeah, this is what I think you're going to see tonight is the Chargers try to spread this ball around, keep that defense honest. With an over-pursuing and a heavy pursuing defense, it requires a lot of timing patterns and misdirections, and that's what the Chargers will do here tonight to avoid that. As you can feel that wind coming in the booth, Kirsten, you know what the quarterbacks have a challenge with throwing the ball long.
Yeah, if the breeze is picking up on our microphones, it is breezy here today. Rain throughout the day, and it's dry now as a first completed pass of the ball game, courtesy of Leland, as well as Ryan Zucker. Zucker, the 5'11" senior tight end with the completion. 1st and 10 from the Aragon 30.
It was a nice play action by McLaughlin. You could see the short timing patterns. The wind won't be much of a factor, and that time Chargers executed perfectly.
3:45 left to go in the first. Leland looking to hit the end zone. Another pass, another catch. And another first down for the Chargers.
And Portera, once again, you see the versatility of this young man. Can run it out of the backfield and catch the ball. So they'll use him in multiple sets, multiple situations. They're going to be wanting to get the ball into the big play receivers. Portera being
heading toward the corner of end zone. No, driven out of bounds by the 7. Nine-yard gain from Pizzo. 2nd and 1 from the 7.
Chargers really getting some nice momentum, rhythm on that run game. That time ran over the side of big number 74 on the offensive line, Zach Shang. 6'3", 295.
Portera stuffed on that play. In fact, a loss on the play should bring up 3rd and 2. Ball at the 8-yard line. Nice balance of the passing game and the running game on this drive.
Yeah, sure is. That's what keeps a defense off balance, and one with the pursuit advantage of Aragon in particular.
Ooh, and a fumbled ball. The ball came loose. Looked like it happened on the exchange. Aragon signaling Andrew Walker, and the Dons come up, this time with a fumble recovery.
Yeah, that time just trying to be a bit too quick on the handoff. Kirsten, on that play, again, the Chargers, in an effort to beat the defense, Coach will remind them you have to be quick, but you can't hurry.
Excellent point, and Leland a bit frustrated. However, they can take away that they were able to move the ball against Aragon. 2:52 left to go in the first quarter. Dons of San Mateo playing with a 7-0 lead. And you see the run. Spin move, bouncing off his blocker. And it's Elsie. Elsie really is the workhorse of this Aragon rushing game.
Yeah, both teams really preferring to run the ball first, to set up their pass, set up their play action. We can see that here early in this ball game, trying to keep that defense honest. And don't be too surprised here. We see Aragon try to go side to side, use that team speed. They set up first with a play up the middle.
Kyle Kay in motion. Kay wearing number 7. And a gain of about 4 by Kay. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, nice tackle that time. Brett Doman just held on long enough to get some help. As you can see, Kay is very shifty, quick. Once he has some running momentum, he can be difficult to bring down. And Doman that time made a nice play.
90 seconds left to go in the first. 3rd and 3 for Aragon from its 16. This time, run on the left. And Leland once again holds Aragon to 4th and short, but this time Aragon, when their field position, is going to bring their punter in. Their punter is Brandon Gordon, as Portera will be back deep for the Chargers.
That was a very key stop for the Charger defense to pin the Dons here deep in their own territory, and a punt out of the end zone can give them some good field position coming back the other way.
Portera at about the Aragon 48, and this will force him to retreat. And down by the Dons at Leland 41. 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Leland gets back to work. Already 2 turnovers in this first quarter, trailing 7-0 to the Aragon Dons.
I think the important thing there is you saw a 3 and out here by the Charger defense. And on that first possession earlier in the game, they made some nice adjustments to shut them down and get a read on the offense. In this case, however, they've now got the ball in nice field position at their own 41.
3 receivers out left for McLaughlin. McLaughlin still waiting for a signal. And I think they're going to say that ball was caught. But just a gain of about 3.
And the Chargers will take what they can get.
20 seconds and counting here in the first quarter of play. A Central Coast Section Division II opening round game. Busy night throughout the entire U.S. when it comes to high school football. And Chargers will attempt to get this play off. And flags come in as it looked like Aragon jumped. We'll see if they were drawn offsides.
Yeah, it would appear that number 54 there, Andrew Michael, on the defensive line, a 5'10", 210-pound senior, jumped to center, and the quarter actually ending here on a penalty.
Phil Beltran, yep. Second offsides of the night on the Aragon defense. 1 quarter in the books. You cannot end the quarter on a defensive penalty, so Leland will get that final play in. 2nd and 3rd for the Chargers from their own 48-yard line. The handoff to Portera. Portera cutting back, earns the first down. So Leland trailing 7-0 at home, but will begin the second quarter in Aragon territory.
Took advantage of time standing still there where there was no clock. They got a free play, took every bit advantage of it, and we'll have it at the 45 of Aragon to begin the second quarter. So I guess thus far, each team starting to just feel each other out here, Kirsten. On each side of the ball, we're seeing a couple of turnovers started thus far. However, what started off as appeared to be an offensive onslaught by the Aragon Dons was stopped on this second set of downs by a Charger defense getting a read on them quickly.
Well, we have not seen Aragon able to throw the ball. They have established no passing game, 0 passing game. While Leland, that last drive, they had a great balance on the air and on the ground and through the air.
Yeah, they really began to establish some rhythm on offense once they adjusted to the pursuing Aragon defense. And they really would prefer to run a more physical, straight-ahead running game to set up the pass, where Aragon will use their team speed on offense in most situations. And if they can begin to take some time off that clock, establish the run, and demoralize that fast, speedy defense, that's going to help them in the third and fourth quarter.
Second quarter about to get underway. Pat Tillman Stadium, the site of the Central Coast Section Division II first round game. Portera, pickup of 4 on the left side. Leland trailing 7-0 to this Aragon team, and Fred Aragon jumped out to a 4-0 start to the season. They play teams like Sacred Heart Prep, Terra Nova, Burlingame. Their last win came at Hillsdale, while hosting Hillsdale, and boy, they put up 61 points in that 61-28 victory.
So we know Coach is well aware they can put some points on the board. And with that explosive big play offense and all that speed, we can certainly see why.
And a big run by Leland. Holland Kreider with his first carry, and he makes it count.
Kreider, nice room. Some nice room here over the left side to continue to find some room on the left side of that line. Big number 70, the tackle for the Chargers, clearing the way. Jack Lumina at 6 foot 189. He's not a big player, but a very efficient straight ahead blocker who can pull very nicely for those running backs when they go wide.
1st and 10 from the Aragon 34. Leland sticking with the run game on this drive.
And they'll just continue to run that till the defense can stop them. You could see a play action be put up here shortly with the success of this run game, and the Aragon defense has to be aware of that happening with its run success.
2nd and 6, Pizzo. Chunk of 3 on the carry. 10 minutes left to go in the half. Leland has done some good things on offense. They haven't had it turn out on the scoreboard in points.
No, when they got in the red zone last time, turned it over on the fumble. This time they're approaching that red zone down to the 27-yard line. They're going to need to get some points. With the team that put up 61 last week, you got to keep close to them.
McLaughlin, cross the middle, catch, touchdown, close to a touchdown, just short. It seemed like he had broken it for the end zone. Leland knocking on the door.
Very nice play. Brett Doman, the receiver, caught the ball, just out-juked the defender. The safety went for him. Doman went the other way, sped up, almost ran it in, and then got tackled just short of the goal line where they're going to have it 1st and goal.
Doman, who's had a pick earlier in the year, great burst of speed. 1st and goal from the 2. Still no signal. Looks like Leland is short. As Pizzo.
Yeah, that time they tried to, read the play to the left side, deep in that over pursuing defense. Made it pretty difficult for the score.
2nd and goal from the 1. 3 in the backfield for McLaughlin. Portera, touchdown Leland.
Yeah, that time over big number 74 on that right side at 295 pounds. He will be difficult to stop on a straight-ahead run block. Zach Sean's been doing it all year for Portera on those plays over the right side.
Miles Trudeau is the holder. Eric Beecham, the long snapper, and Christian Newkirk, our first opportunity. And Newkirk just in there. 7-7 the score. 8:26 left to go in the first half. Opening round of CCAS D2 between Aragon and Leland. We are all even.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Newkirk tees it up. Leland, after being held scoreless in the first and committing 2 turnovers, score on the 1-yard Portera run. Elsie back deep. Taken at the 15. And crashing ahead, still on his feet. And a decent return for the Dons as Elsie out across the 35.
Yeah, Elsie's their all-purpose workhorse back you mentioned earlier. Almost broke through the threshold to break that one out for a long gain.
Ball spotted at the 32 as Aragon 1st and 10. Dons have had their issues, but still scored first. Again, Nap Blood, the quarterback, has Kyle Kay in motion. And the straight ahead run, that plunge, that dive has worked well for Aragon.
Yeah, that's one that really sets up that perimeter running game and using that speed out of the backfield and wide receiver.
Jackson with the carry. 6-yard gain. Less than 8 to go in the half. Kay in motion. Leland a better job this time stopping the run as the whistles finally blow. That'll bring up 2nd and 4.
So in the last couple of series, Kirsten, we're really seeing the defense stepping up, stopping that Aragon offense, that ground game.
Yeah, it is a nice tandem, though, of Elsie and Jackson, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
They seem more similar as backs than Portera and Pizzo.
Right.
3rd and 3. Great move for a first down. Jackson across the 45.
Yeah, Jackson's actually probably one of their fastest backs, but they really choose to send him up the middle more often than anyone else because he's seems to be able to read those blocks and those timing patterns. And again, once you break into the secondary on an over-the-middle run, why, that speed will take him the distance.
1st and 10 for Aragon. At their own 45, all knotted up at 7, 6:45 left to go in the first half. Jackson and Elsie side by side in the backfield. Kay with the handoff. Kay with room to run. And a first down by Kyle Kay.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Travis McCurdy. We'll see what the flag is.
As our officiating crew huddles up.
Possibly touchdown saving tackle with Kay's speed around the outside, I might add.
Holding against the Dons will back this up. Aragon with a number of penalties tonight. We've had 2 offsides on defense. We had a face mask after the interception. Now a holding call. And it's 1st and 10 from the Aragon 45. Kirsten Fairchilds, Fred Landis bringing you the action. You're watching PlayOn Sports, your destination for high school sports. It's playoff time. Sectional championships will be determined on the march to the state championships. Wide open. Not even touched until after he earned the first down. A big run for J.D. Elsie.
Yeah, that time looked like a misdirection play. The offense pulling to left. They just ran Elsie straight ahead off center, and there was no one there. And with his speed, he took it a distance easily for a first down.
Less than 6 to go. Aragon located in San Mateo. 1st and 10 for them at the Lancers 38 as Kyle Kay, again, he's got that sweep around the outside. Kay has really been able to exploit some seams in this Leland defense.
Yeah, nice burst of speed when he gets through that line of scrimmage and gets into the secondary is where he really picks it up. And it's going to take some speed in the secondary to keep him contained. That time the contained man, defensive end, needed to do his job and turn that play inward. But he got blocked on that play nicely by the left tackle.
Consecutive first downs, the first by Elsie, the second by Kay. 1st and 10 from the Leland 27. Another first down as Jackson gets upended, but not until he breaks off another big run.
And seeing that running game beginning to come back, they got a little bit of momentum on this series of plays, and seeing that speed on defense, or on offense rather, from those skilled players making a big difference.
2nd and 1 from the 19. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. 7-7 the score here at Leland. Aragon on the move. Kay this time breaking, turning to his left and heading up the middle, trying to get that first down, and he did.
Now let's credit some of the big guys up front here for Aragon. Cloesi, Romano, Neely, Mejia, Ortiz, Fananga, and Manoa for the Dons making this drive.
And if it's not one running back, it's another, as Aragon just chewing up this Leland field.
Yeah, running back by committee has worked very well for the Dons thus far this year, but now they've got it. 1st and goal.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the Leland 5. 4:20 left to go in the first half. Aragon knocking on the door. Jackson and Elsie, this is Kay in motion. Kay trying to sweep around the left side, cuts back inside, touchdown Aragon.
And that time showing his perimeter speed, springing into the end zone. And that's what the Charger defense is going to have to be facing. They've managed to shut them down the prior series. This time, however, just a lot of momentum on that offense, and that offensive line really took control of the series of downs. Big number 68, Neely, at 310 pounds, is their center. Typically, you don't see a center.
Out of the Dominic Proa hold. Aragon jumps out on top, 14-7, 4:07 left to go in the first half, and the number 5 seed with 1 touchdown advantage over the number 4 seed.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? So tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Aragon Dons down from San Mateo, and with the inclement weather today, that drive must have been a unpleasant one, if you will, from all the traffic reports heard in that area, no matter the freeway to get here. But Aragon here and plenty of time to warm up.
Drove down from San Mateo myself this afternoon. I can verify that, Kirsten.
You could have hitched a ride. I was wondering if they'd be stuck in traffic as a squib kick. Taken by Kreider at the 12. And trips, but still Leland with decent field position.
That time, number 4, Manoa, sprung downfield. Their big defensive end with great speed. Made that play, tripped him up before he really hit that first layer of fourth wedge of blockers.
Manoa, 7 sacks on the season, 12 tackles for a loss, 1 TD. He has given a verbal commitment to the University of Hawaii. As Leland gets back to work on the feet of Portera. Portera rattles off 6.
There's Manoa again on the tackle. You'll see the Chargers really certainly run away from him. But his lateral pursuit is so strong he can still catch players from their backside coming a long way, Kirsten.
Absolutely. He's one to watch for sure, both on offense and defense. And on special teams, Portera again, liking that, running off that right side and close to a first down, or perhaps half a foot short.
Sort of reminds me of a great player over at Oak Grove a number of years ago. In the late 90s, playing professional today. Started off with the 49ers. Can you name that one, Kirsten?
Oh, we're not doing trivia, are we? I was all ready for Chidobe Awuzie, who's on the Oak Grove team right now, as penalty marker thrown. Leland has earned the first down, but the penalty marker came in quickly.
Reminds me of Andre Carter. Went on to play for the California Bears. Still currently in the NFL. Teams would run the other way, and he'd still manage to catch them. And that's what I'm seeing here out of tonight with Manoa. And that's really how only way that you could stop is you dare not, of course, run in his direction, even with a double team. Hence why the Rainbow Warriors got a find in number 4.
Waiting for Phil Beltran, personal foul. And that call was signaled against Leland, but I think it obviously has gone against Aragon.
Yeah, I think he meant to point the other way. That was one of those Wizard of Oz scarecrows motions. Simultaneous pointing.
Leland likes the second call better, as it's 1st and 10 for the Chargers from the Aragon 43. After the contact. Two receivers out left for McLaughlin. McLaughlin, pressure coming. He has to hustle. Gets a pretty decent pass away, but it's picked off at the 33. The second interception by the Aragon secondary. The Dons go back to work on offense. 2:39 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, that time Elsie just came up, picked off the pass, which was underthrown, and McLaughlin had to get rid of it. He was under pursuit by that ferocious pass rush we mentioned earlier by the Dons.
Yeah, the Thunder was coming as Aragon 14, Leland 7. First down for the Dons at their own 40. And Aragon looking to throw. Gets the pass away. I believe that's the first completed pass by the Dons.
I think you're right. And with 2.5 minutes left in the quarter and a half, they're going to try to get downfield here with minimal clock usage. So you can expect to see a few more passes out on the flat, Kirsten, to try to keep possession and maybe mix it up with a couple of run plays just to keep the defense honest.
Well, back in the first quarter, Aragon reciprocated after the interception by throwing a pick of their own, but Jackson just plunges forward. His burst, he runs so low to the ground, his great burst, and it's another first down earned by Marcel Jackson.
So the Dons know the Chargers will get the ball back beginning of the second half, so they want to get into the locker room here with a score for some momentum, knowing they've got to kick off to begin the second half.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. A flag comes in as Kay still on his feet and taken out of bounds at the 22, but this may be holding against the Dons.
Yeah, this will likely come back, and I saw the reaction from the big offensive lineman for Aragon. One of a number of rules designed to keep the injuries down.
Dons have had penalty issues here in the first half.
It certainly has stunted a lot of their momentum on offense. On that last series, they did have another made them, putting them back at about the same spot, but they just relied on that running game to take them the rest of the way. But with 2 minutes left in the half, they're not going to be able to just do that in order to score here before both teams go into the locker room.
1st and 25 for Aragon. And Leland stuffing the run.
That time, big number 78, the center, Neely, just ran right behind Neely. Neely was down the field at least 5 yards himself with Elsie right behind him. And at 310 pounds in the middle, he's going to be a tough person to bull rush.
Absolutely, Neely. Spot him anywhere on the field. Here comes the pressure and gets it away. What a catch by Elsie. Elsie with his fingertips still on his feet, and he has made this 3rd and manageable after first down and 25. It should be now 3rd and 5 for the Dons.
Yeah, that time the little bit of taste of their own medicine that time with a screen pass on a obvious passing situation. Caught the screen pass, very manageable with 6 to go.
63 seconds left in the half. This is Kay, who scored earlier in a touchdown run, and that is a great wrap up by Leland, which will bring up 4th down, and that had to be a loss of about 2 or 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, big number 74. Talk about a big player, 295 pounds, faces off against Neely quite often in the middle, in the interior. Nice pursuit on a fast player. Zach Shong making the play to put them in 4th and 6. And with 54 seconds left, it's no doubt 4-down territory anyway, I would think.
Oh, absolutely,
Kirsten,
yes.
For Aragon.
And Aragon calls a timeout to talk it over. Aragon, the number 5 seed, up 14-7 on the number 4 seed, Leland.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
It's going to be such a fun November for high school sports fans. Make sure you follow us on PlayOnSports.com. Great games, great matchups as we whittle down to who's the best in the Central Coast section, then Northern California, then in the state. 4th and 6 for Aragon. The screen pass and read well by Leland. Elsie catches it, but Leland stuffs it. It's Logan Glaspie as the Dons turn it over on downs.
It was actually a rather dangerous pass. Glaspie could have stepped up and made the interception if he were wanting to go for the ball. But he was instructed that time certainly to play the receiver. Don't be a hero. Stop him. Keep him out of the end zone. With us getting the ball back in the second half, there's no reason to take an unnecessary risk.
He seemed in better position than the receiver. 48 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 for Leland from the 39. McLaughlin wide open. 1st down and more. And what a catch by Leland's Matt Mose. I'm surprised Mose is just recording his first catch. He has been an offensive threat all season long.
Yeah, you see a lot of weapons on offense here for the Leland Chargers. Aragon can't just focus on 1 or 2 players, and we see Mose here with a catch. Kind of expect the Chargers to throw the ball, spread it around a little bit more.
40 seconds remaining. Ball at the Aragon 41. Mose now lined up on the near side. McLaughlin with time. Mose again on the slant and another 1st down. The Matty to Matty connection is clicking here for Leland. 34 seconds remaining in the first half.
He just got that off on the pass rush of Manoa coming up on the left side, and the left tackle for the Leland Chargers really holding off Manoa, just giving McLaughlin enough time to get that one off.
Chargers call a timeout. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 34 seconds left to go in the first half. Leland trailing 14-7.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Well, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
With Fred Landis, I'm Kirsten Fairchilds. We're at Pat Tillman Stadium here on the campus of Leland High School in San Jose. And Pat Tillman, of course, what a legacy he has left for this high school. Of course, left the Arizona Cardinals in the NFL to join the Army and served in Afghanistan, where he was killed in action by friendly fire by all accounts, and Leland opened its season with a memorial game for Pat Tillman that I understand was so very moving.
Yeah, and ironically enough, the Chargers with a Iranian refugee on their team we'll talk about in a moment.
1st and 10 from the Aragon 27. And that pass bobbled, looked catchable, thrown a little behind the intended receiver.
Yeah, kind of a dangerous pass there. Could have been picked off quite easily by the defender.
And Chris Mose, the intended receiver. I had a chance to do a game earlier in the season where the Mose brothers were just trading off receptions, it seemed. Chris, the younger brother. 30 seconds. 2nd down. Twin receivers for McLaughlin. And Pizzo with the carry. Aragon was ready for it.
Yeah, that will bring the clock down with 25 seconds left, having to use another timeout.
Chargers burn their 2nd.
Safe to say there's always Mo coming with the Mose brothers.
And you would think Mo would have to swing the Mose brothers' way, wouldn't you? Leland's Mike Carrazzo in his 6th year. He actually grew up in New York where he played linebacker. Leland with 4 CCS titles, the last one coming in 1999. Aragon with 2 CCS titles, the last coming in 1994. A drought for both these programs. Steve Sell, the head coach and athletic director of Aragon. He teaches health, weight training, and PE at the school. And he's actually an Aragon grad where he was a quarterback and free safety, then went to St. Mary's College.
So he has a lot on the line himself when you've played here. Get to coach your alma mater, not a lot of opportunities for coaches to do that, but got to be pretty special to do it.
Pizzo a 1-yard gain on the previous play. 3rd and 9 from the 26. 25 seconds remaining in the half. McLaughlin rolling to his left, jumps up in the air and gets the pass away. And they're going to say caught by Portera. That was a highlight catch for sure.
Yeah, that's certainly one for the real. That time the line really moved Manoa to the inside, blocked him to the inside, so he stunted to block him to the inside while McLaughlin rolled left to give him a little bit more time, and that time was all the difference in making that completion.
Short, so 4th and short with 19 seconds remaining. Leland with 1 timeout left as McLaughlin under center. McLaughlin with the handoff to Pizzo. Pizzo around the left side, spin move, and brought down for the first down as the Chargers moving the ball when they need to.
Nice tackle by Elsie to really prevent a longer gain here. And with 18 seconds left, that easily could have sprung into the end zone.
They're actually going to bring the clock down, excuse me, Fred, I believe to 15 seconds. As Phil Beltran asking for some time to come off the clock. So it's always a little communication challenged when asked to put time back on or taken time off. But Leland, nevertheless, will call a timeout. 15 seconds exactly remaining. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers from the Aragon 18. They're trailing 14-7, and they are all out of timeouts.
So at this point, PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Fred, what has impressed you with Leland here in the second quarter?
I think their ability to establish their ground game and really keep that. They do have a nice play action pass as well. They've been keeping that defense honest and really, I think, in many ways neutralizing David Manoa coming off the edge on either side. He has been just a terror, as you mentioned his stats earlier, for quarterbacks and offenses to deal with. But that has the running game has really, in essence, neutralized his big playmaking ability on pass plays, and that's what they have to be successful with. They get into a passing game. Players on the Aragon front, particularly Manoa, just pin their ears back and make a big difference.
Pizzo and Kreider in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 15. Here comes trouble, and Leland is out of time out. The sack registered by Andrew Walker. He got off the ball so well. Leland trying to spike the ball to stop the clock, but they do not do so. And Aragon heads into the locker room with the momentum off the play by Walker.
Yeah, that's certainly the, I'll almost say the play of the half, stopping them deep in their own territory. He's the just a blitzing safety, played the line, snuck up. And while all the attention, the offensive line is paying attention to Manoa, why Walker just came in and made the play, and a nice shoestring tackle on McLaughlin.
The number 5 seed leads the 4 seed in D2 Central Coast Section football. Aragon of San Mateo on top, 14-7. We'll return with our PlayOnSports.com halftime show in just a few minutes. The rain is falling in San Jose, California, Pat Tillman Stadium on the campus of Leland High School, the site of the Central Coast Section Division II first-round matchup between the number 5 seed, the Aragon Dons, down from San Mateo, and the number 4 seed, the Leland Chargers. Aragon, a 14-7 lead at the break. Alongside Fred Landis, I'm Kirsten Fairchild. Thank you for joining us on PlayOnSports.com. Fred, the rain held off for the first half. Now it's falling. How do you expect it to impact these teams?
Well, usually the team that really relies on their passing game, and more of the finesse teams, are bothered by the weather. I would think that this would help a Leland Charger straight-ahead running game, which typically is a lot easier in a messy field and a rain-soaked field where it makes it that much more difficult to pitch the ball out, throw the ball any distance, and run a lot of timing patterns. That's what the Chargers have done well thus far this evening. I would expect that to help them. That, given this wind, you'll see very little downfield passing, wind, and particularly wind and rain. But those are my expectations, but we can certainly expect to see the Dons make some halftime adjustments on that running game.
Scores from other games. Midi up 17-0 over Oak Grove in the third quarter. In first quarter action, Monterey over Soledad. San Benito 14, Alisal nothing at the break. Fremont shut out thus far by Salinas. That one in the third. Salinas up 28-0. St. Ignatius versus Palma. St. Ignatius with 14 points in the first quarter alone. They're up 21-14 over Palma. That's one to keep an eye on. And Seaside High, which is looking to go 11-0. Not too many undefeated teams in the Central Coast section, but Seaside one of them. Seaside leading Cappuccino 28-13. Carmel with a 1-point edge over Soquel, 28-27 in the third quarter. Soquel's Fabiano Hale, the running back, came into this game with already 32 touchdowns on the season, Fred. Soquel had beaten Carmel rather handily earlier in the season, but now Carmel with the edge.
Well, I think that young man could take off next season and still have a great career in high school.
Absolutely. Just a junior, Fabiano Hale, just collecting TDs as if they're apples out of a barrel.
Or raindrops at Tillman Stadium.
There you go. Leland fans, well, they're a hearty bunch. Thermoses of chicken noodle all around for the Leland Chargers fans, and the Aragon fans down from San Mateo braving the inclement weather and rush hour the Friday before Thanksgiving traffic. But Aragon really seemed dialed in early despite giving up the interceptions.
Yeah, they were. They certainly showed their speed in the backfield. Interesting now to see the second half. They seem to have each team's made adjustments in the first half. Very impressive. You see the coaching staff at work adjusting back before half. Now, given some time here at the half, be very interesting to see what some major adjustments will occur on each side of the ball.
Aragon got on the scoreboard early after a run by Jackson. They took a 7-0 lead into the second quarter, and that was after trading interceptions. Aragon recovered a fumble on a Leland drive. Then Kenny Portera with a 1-yard run at the 8:26 mark in the second quarter evened things up at 7. But then Kay with a 5-yard score at the 4:07 mark to give Aragon the lead. But perhaps the biggest play of all on defense, Andrew Walker with a sack of Leland's quarterback McLaughlin. And right as time was winding down, Leland could not regain its formation to spike the ball in time. So Aragon with the momentum as they went into the break. James Garcia, the new kicker for Aragon. This is his first game kicking for Aragon. He's done a good job with converting the extra points. He kicks it off. Second half underway at Leland. Portera watches it go out of bounds.
Yeah, it's these types of games, Kirsten, that quite often big plays and turnovers make the difference. And we saw turnovers, the impact it had in the first half. But with a low scoring game, quite often they decide the outcome.
Yes, and, you know, Fred, so many times we just see when the kickoff goes out of bounds that the return team will just takes the penalty and starts over, but there are actually 3 options, and Leland has elected this option. They're having a re-kick.
Yeah, you would think in most cases you'd take the ball at the 35-yard line.
That's right. Instead, it'll back up, and Garcia comes out again, and again, Garcia new at the job, if you will. In fact, I was told by the head coach, Stephen Sell, that Kyle Kay would be handling the kicking duties tonight. However, we got late word that roster change and that Garcia would be added. So
That's
Garcia
right.
tees it up again, and we'll get another go. Keeps it on the ground this time, taken by an up man, and an up man has to fall on it after it is bobbled. So after that, a 3-yard differential, 1st and 10 for Leland from the 38.
Oh, the Chargers broke even on that one.
I'm sure they were hoping Portera and company could put together a big return. This Chargers offense has had its bright spots. Matt McLaughlin, the quarterback, under center. And penalty markers fly.
It looks like
Mm-hmm.
some players moved early in the backfield. We'll see what the call is.
Pizzo helped up. Elsie in on the tackle for Aragon. And Leland backs up after the penalty. That'll be 1st and 15. Little fitful start to the second half after the re-kick and the penalty on the opening play.
Well, the Chargers very conscious of that ferocious front seven for the Dons. They're going to be very quick and making sure plays don't start too late.
Tight formation for the Chargers. McLaughlin, pump fake. Chase coming, and another sack. The first half ended with the sack. The second half starts with the sack, and Patrick Pawnee with the honors this time around.
Yeah, he pumped fake, and the safety did not bite on it at all. That kind of left McLaughlin out on an island there, exposed to the defenders, and made it for an easier sack by Pawnee.
Aragon has blitzed well tonight.
Yeah, they've shoot the gap well. They flop a lot of their defenders, and they also stunt, which is difficult to pick up, of course.
On 2nd and 18, Portera dragged down short of the original line of scrimmage. So a frustrating opening drive thus far for the Chargers.
So that ground game, though, that is the Chargers' strength. That sets up their pass very well. They need success, even in long yardage situations. They need some success on the line to bring those safeties up and freeze those linebackers.
Last year, Aragon went 9-3 overall. They took 2nd place in the Peninsula Athletic League Ocean Division. This year, they are up in the Bay Division, where they tied for 3rd with Burlingame. McLaughlin, crossing route run by Mose, and he is tackled short of a first down, however, helped by the momentum of the scrum, but I believe still short of the first down.
Yeah, it was a nice over-the-middle screen crossing pattern, often very dangerous to interceptions and for your defender to really pop the receiver coming across that middle, but he had plenty of time. Timing was just perfect for Mose to make the catch, and at 4th and 1, we'll see what they decide, but
now, McLaughlin is also the punter for Leland. But he is lining up under center on 4th and 1 from the Leland 46. And I don't think they made it.
Definitely, I think from this angle we can see they're a yard short. They barely got back the line of scrimmage, Kirsten, and it's likely going to be Don's football.
So Pizzo, the ball carrier, do you like that play call there, Fred, here early on in the second half?
I think on those situations, inevitably, the quarterback has as good of a chance to make that sneak on the keeper. You've got a big offensive line. You've had some success on the ground tonight. It would seem that would be the obvious call. However, they're going to still measure for this one. But I think we're sitting here right about at midfield and can almost make the call from our vantage point.
Well, it looks like Leland was given a good spot.
Indeed.
But Aragon celebrates. The Dons will take over in Leland territory. Kind of a bit of a telling tale of how this game has gone thus far. You just get the sense that Leland is very close to really finding command of its offense.
And yeah, certainly a big play here as they had the ball deep Aragon territory toward the end of the first half. Couldn't put it in, get the ball back this time, have to give it up 3 and out.
Nat Blood hands off to Jackson, and Leland stuffs the box and nullifies the run.
Yeah, Holland Kreider that time came up from his safety position, linebacker position. Read that play quite easily. He calls the plays in the huddle on defense. He's really their quarterback on that defense. You can see he could smell out that run with Jackson up the middle, and no doubt they've made their adjustments to stop what Jackson was doing quite well in the first half.
1 yard gain by Jackson. Here's Elsie, his compatriot in the backfield. Maybe 2 there for Elsie. So Leland defense stingy here on Aragon's opening drive in the second half.
Charger defense will really try to put them in Aragon in passing situations, which they're not used to being in, really don't like to be in, as they're really a very run-heavy team and quite successful, especially on the edges with all their speed.
3rd and 6 for the Dons. As they go to the air, and that ball not even close to Kyle Kay. So bring up 4th and 6, but the ball at the 43. I think we can expect, well, maybe the punt team does come on for the Dons.
Yeah, that's a big stop for the Charger defense. You can see why they don't like to pass the ball. It's not typically in their routine. What is a routine pass by a lot of high schools, not for the Dons in that situation.
This is Brandon Gordon, the Aragon punter, as Portera. And it's a fake punt, and it looks to work out well for the Dons, still on his feet. And a big cheer goes up from the opposite side of the official booth. Dominic Proya with the moves for the fake punt. I guess we all should have seen that coming.
Yeah, it seemed that with midfield position, it sure does look like 4-down territory. And they're not going to live and die on their passing game here at Aragon High School. We know that much from watching this season and this evening.
So Proya rumbles down to the 26. 1st and 10. Less than 8 to go in the third quarter. Aragon with new life and a fresh set of downs. And the ball comes loose. Leland recovers, and the Chargers swing that mo slightly their way.
A big turn of events. Surprise 4th down conversion by the Dons breeds a turnover here for the Chargers, as that time the defensive line got penetration, stuffed the running back, got past big number 68, their center, who has been really plowing the way here tonight for Aragon, but it wasn't to be on that play, as this may give some big mo to the Chargers here on offense.
Another turnover as Leland goes to work. 1st and 10 from the Charger 27. Trailing 14-7. to the team from San Mateo. McLaughlin with a quick strike. It's low but caught. And a gain of 7 on the play as bouncing up is Chris Mose.
Yeah, Mose that time. David Manoa really came out from his off the edge, dropped into what would look like it'd be a zone blitz scenario, and dropped back into coverage, made the tackle. Anytime you can get a pass rusher like Manoa to drop back, why your quarterback is going to be happy. He's down. Undoubtedly will get more time.
2nd and 3rd for Leland. McLaughlin looking to throw again, and a flag comes in. I'm not sure if that ball was tipped or if McLaughlin mishandled it, gripped it incorrectly, but that fell way short of the intended receiver.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to pick that one up.
Yeah.
Pass interference play, what could have been called, but picked up due to the tip.
That brings up 3rd and 3.
Still just waiting here for the big play by the Leland Chargers here on offense. They've sort of pounded the ball on each side, but I don't think we've really seen any distance and big play attempts as another penalty, Kirsten.
Lots of finger pointing from the Aragon Dons. And they were pointing the right direction. False start against the Chargers. That'll make it 3rd and 8 for Leland.
That's a big penalty. Puts them in undoubtedly passing situation where at 3rd and short, they could really have a defense on their heels and keep them guessing. So all penalties are crucial. Some are particularly more crucial than others, and this was certainly one of them.
Leland looking for a first down. 7:10 left to go in the 3rd. Score stalled, and again, looked like there was at least McLaughlin being pressured. That ball falling way short and brings up 4th and long as McLaughlin will stay out to punt.
Yeah, he was talking it over with, you could see Kenny Portera there, and McLaughlin really, as you saw, threw to the first down marker. And he was expecting at least one of those wide receivers, perhaps Portera, to just do a comebacker to enough for the first down, but everyone really did a go pattern down the left side. And hence, luckily, no defender in the area for their interception.
LZ back deep. This one comes off the side of McLaughlin's foot, and it looks to went out of bounds at the 47. And his first punt attempt, and he's slow to come off the field as Aragon could not make it pay off. They had great field position last drive in Leland territory. We'll see if the Dons can get their running game back to work here in the 3rd quarter.
I think what we've seen thus far, Kirsten, is good defensive adjustments by both coaches at halftime. Have both offenses thinking of some counter adjustments here to make. And notwithstanding, penalties have not helped, certainly here for the Leland Chargers this half.
This is Jackson. Jackson likes that spin move. Earned himself perhaps another yard with it. Pizzo in on the tackle for Leland. Leland 5-2 in the Blossom Valley Athletic League Mount Hamilton division. That is the A division out of the 3 divisions in the Blossom Valley Athletic League. Oak Grove, the winner of the Mount Hamilton division, but surprisingly enough, trailing huge to Mitty as you see Jackson just falling forward for the first down.
Yeah, that time, anytime you see the lineman upfield 5 and 6 yards, you know they've gotten quite a push. And looks like he's lost some equipment on that play as well, but they got quite a push just springing forward for the first down. and looking like they're more content here with a straight-ahead running game this half in their adjustments rather than those perimeter runs that they were successful with in the first half.
That's right. I don't think Kay's had a carry yet. Here he is in motion, and his number gets called, trying to sweep around the left side against more equipment left, and Leland ready for it. Great lateral pursuit as he is tackled for a loss, and Jackson still trying to get his equipment in order.
Yeah, Liam Saito came up, make the play from his safety position, and that time that right side of that line contained and didn't let Kay turn the corner, and that allowed the safety to make the play.
2nd and 12. Aragon playing with a 14-7 lead. Pass is caught. And Kay stood up. And that will bring up 4th and long again. Certainly 4 down territory. Oh, pardon me, 3rd down.
Yeah, see, that time they really trying to get the ball to players like Kay in open field. And a nice attempt to do that. That time the defenders were in the right position to make the stop.
Third and 7. Now the reverse. And Leland stifling as Brandon Gordon with the carry. Gordon helped up as the Leland's fans with more to cheer about after the 4-yard loss.
Yeah, that time Saito that time made the play, turned him inside on the reverse, made the play for that defense, allowed the rest of his colleagues to get upfield and help make the tackle. But that's what you have to do. You can't let those reverses get outside.
Nat Blood, not a successful passing game thus far, but he goes downtown and he's got a receiver wide open. Touchdown, Aragon. Kyle Kay with the reception. That one went for 32 yards.
Yeah, nice timing play from Blood to Kay. He's threw into double coverage, but it was just only where Kay could have caught that ball over the defenders' heads. Timed it beautifully thrown pass here by a quarterback that doesn't get a lot of touches and opportunities to do that, and made a very nice one there.
It's the Dom-to-Nom connection. Dominic Pacini, the long snapper. The holder is Dominic Proya. And the kick is good by Garcia. 3:49 left to go in the third. Aragon on top of Leland, 21-7.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Well, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Kyle Kay had a 5-yard score for Aragon back in the second quarter. This time the strike from Blood to Kay, 32 yards for the touchdown. That was a perfectly thrown pass, and Kay had his defenders beat.
Yeah, he certainly saw them get back in the defenders, and that time it's really the safety's job to play deep center field there. But you can see in a team that runs the ball heavily, the safety's been coming up all night.
Manoa is just fired up after the Dons take a 14-point lead. Garcia keeps it low as Portera has to move to his left. He takes it from the 6. Portera trying to work his way back to the middle. A lot of east to west running. A flag comes in, and Portera is dropped near the 23, but we have a penalty on the play. Garcia doing a good job kicking away from Portera.
Yeah, they've usually resulted in out-of-bounds kicks, but this time it was a nice kick where a kicker wants to get it is in the corner to minimize the field of vision for the return man. and he certainly kicked it in the right place for his defense. It's like a major penalty on the Chargers.
Leland trailing 21-7 here in the third quarter. I feel like we've seen good things by the Chargers on offense. They just need to string a drive together.
Yeah, it's interesting now. Down 2 scores, will they come out really with some to the air a little bit earlier?
And they keep it on the ground as Portera showing his burst. About 8 on the carry.
Yeah, that time you had a bull rush up the middle, and he escaped it with his speed. And a nice gain for 6 or 7 yards. And they want to get out of this hole running the ball. But before I think they go to the play action, but I think you're going to see it here with some success on the ground.
2nd and 3 for the Chargers. Ball spotted at the 16. And Aragon limiting yardage on that play. As Pizzo helped up. They've certainly made their adjustments on Pizzo in the second half.
Yeah, they have. We haven't seen him with that yardage up the middle like we did earlier in the first half. So PlayOn Sports is not only your destination for Friday night action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
Kirsten Fairchild's Fred Landis bringing you the action from Leland High School, and Mose cannot bring that one in. Brings up 4th and 3. And McLaughlin with his hands on his hips. Again, he is the punter.
Yeah, he'd rather be out there for another down to throw it. And I think that time, really nice play of the defender, although the receiver cut in just at the right time. So the ball was there. The defender just made a nice play to knock it away from Mose.
Elsie back deep for Aragon. Much better kick by McLaughlin.
It's a booming punt.
Gets a Leland Chargers bounce here at Pat Tillman Stadium. Still going. And that may be one of the worst field positions for Aragon tonight. So McLaughlin perhaps unloading some frustration into that punt as Aragon goes to work. 2:25 left to go in the third. The Dons with a 21-7 lead over the team from San Jose.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that ball was at the 16-yard line of the Chargers down to the 17-yard line for the Dons. You won't see many punts longer than that in high school football. Any college program would be quite happy to have it.
So after his last punt went out of bounds, gave Aragon the ball in Leland territory. Aragon goes to work from their own 17, and they go to work quickly. Elsie looking to break one off. He's at the 20, the 10. Elsie with the TD, touchdown Dons.
Just a quick opener over center like we've been seeing. They've successful on that in the first half, but this time a 73-yard run. Check it, 83 yards on the play by Elsie, which throws a thorn into the plans here for Leland tonight, or for Leland's and their ability, I think, to look at a second half comeback. Those are the type that demoralize that a coach just hates to see. He knows they could have stopped it.
Well, in one play, they wipe out the terrific punt by McLaughlin.
Yes.
Take a 28-7 lead. 2:13 left to go in the third. Aragon finding its groove here in San Jose.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
And the cry of "Let's go Leland" comes up. Fans will not be dismayed, disheartened, as Garcia tees it up for the Dons. Kirsten Fairchild's Fred Landis bringing you the action here at Pat Tillman Stadium. This is the first round, the opening week of the postseason. Advancing in the playoffs. One will be done after one has won, and that got by Portera. And it'll be a touchback. Leland needs to get something going. Fred, you're kind of see a little bit the frustration, the lack of execution getting to the talent out on the field.
Yeah, they certainly were making a difference here in the second quarter with their ground game, and we saw some spurts of it since, but they haven't really been able to put together that drive. The adjustments the coaches have made here at halftime have really made a big difference in the offense. I think here we're going to be able to see some things that maybe they'll coach will pull one out of his back pocket to give their team some momentum here in the second half and get back into this ball game.
First order of business, a first down for Leland. Chargers need to string some together. And you see the player breaking tackles left and right. Liam Sato.
Yeah, Sato plays more typically. We've seen her here on defense here tonight, but getting a chance to run the ball. As we mentioned earlier, a lot of talent on that field for the Leland Chargers in the skill positions, and they rely on that big offensive line. See if they can't manage to break one, do what they do best, run that ball, but try to break one to get back into this game.
McLaughlin looking to throw, pump fake, turns, throws to his left. This is Portera. Portera, a little bit of juking and jiving, and swung out of bounds.
Yeah, that time the defense was not fooled by Portera, just sort of hanging out in the flat there as he pumped faked long downfield. Defenders were already in position here to cover Portera as he caught the ball, and for really now leaves him at, looks like 3rd and 5, Kirsten.
Minute 25 left to go in the third. Aragon holding a 14-0 lead in this third quarter. McLaughlin dropping back. Here comes the pressure. McLaughlin doing a great job evading the pressure. And if McLaughlin for a first down, he ran halfway to Camden to get that first down. That's a nearby road, so a long way around, but they'll take it, move the chains.
Yeah, that time Manoa was back in coverage and was not on pursuit, knowing that coach putting him back in coverage prevents some of the big play, and that allowed McLaughlin to spring to the outside and pick up a very, very big first down to keep this drive going.
You feel the will and determination of McLaughlin on that play for certain. 1st and 10 from the Leland 35. And the handoff and a big hole for Portera, but he is wrapped up by guess who?
Mr. Manoa, once again, took what could have been a very long gain away from the Chargers, and that's that break they were looking for. But with David Manoa in the ball game, it's always going to be tough. But we can see that there's still a lot of opportunity here on offense for the Chargers. If they can just break one, they can put some points on the board, bring this back to some momentum for them to win.
Manoa 6'3", a trim 220 pounds as McLaughlin rolls to his right. And going down the sideline, overthrowing the receiver. You saw him directing traffic, if you will, and out of the range of Mose. Yeah,
they're Chargers all the more happier to go to the air when David Manoa is in the backfield, dropping back into coverage. And almost had that just a little bit overthrown over Mo's head.
Manoa certainly a factor in any opposing coach's game plan. 28 seconds remaining in the third. 3rd and 5 for Leland at its 40. Trailing 28-7. They trailed by just one score at the intermission. McLaughlin looking to his right. Now rolling out to his left. And that was out of bounds. Portera got turned around, but I don't believe that was a catchable ball.
Certainly not, but you saw the athleticism of McLaughlin running to his left and throwing right, almost like he made that pass sitting in a pocket, throwing off his front foot with the strength of that arm you could see. And he was disappointed he overthrew Portera there as he knew he had an opportunity.
Just 5 seconds came off the clock as McLaughlin looks to his sideline. 4th and 5 for the Chargers from their own 40. They trail 28-7, so taking a risk here. And getting the ball away to Pizzo. Pizzo, first down yardage and more across midfield. Trying to walk the tightrope, but here come some penalties markers in. I'm not sure if there was an incidental face mask on the play. 15 seconds left on the clock. We'll wait for our referee, Phil Beltran, to sort it all out.
Yeah, it looks like that's what could have happened. We saw that play earlier in the game, and it was really successful, kind of that inside screen play. And Pizzo took it easily for the first down. He's going to get 15 more tacked on. Well, maybe not 15, certainly 5 on the incidental.
Yeah, there didn't look to be anything intentional about that. And after the 5-yard penalty, Leland. Boy, you go back to that run, that broken play, and McLaughlin's improvisation as well as inspiration and perspiration. Leland back in business. 15 seconds left to go in the third. 1st and 10 from the Aragon 37. And Portera with the catch. So the offense, the passing game really clicking now.
Yeah, the good news is in a passing game, once you get in the rhythm of passing a player like McLaughlin, who's got a great arm, gets the timing down with his receivers, they can march up the field and chew up huge chunks of yardage. That time they overloaded the zone. Portera was wide open, and he just sort of made a little post pattern, crossing pattern over the middle. And looks like that's the end of the third quarter.
That it sure is. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Leland when we return to action. 28-7. Leland trails one more quarter to solve this Aragon puzzle here in the Central Coast Section Division II first round action.
So do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Well, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Also, stay tuned for the playonsports.com postgame show, where Kirsten and I will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Leland High School, established back in 1968. A lot of great memories when it comes to Leland football here in the San Jose area, and beautiful campus and always hospitable to us. And Aragon, a little older, established in 1961.
Certainly one hero on this Leland team, number 99, Noor Kadam, is an Iranian refugee, left his family. And as we start action here in the fourth quarter.
We'll talk a little bit more about him in a moment as you see the penalty marker comes in, and we've got the pick, the interception, and the whistles have not blown the play dead.
Oh, that's a clip.
And Keith Samu with the pick, but we're going to have to wait until these penalties get sorted out.
Could very well be that the receiver got held prior to that interception. We'll see what the call is, Kirsten.
Leland looks fairly confident that this is going to go their way. Good call, Fred Landis. Stays Leland ball.
I have to admit I got an assist from the Charger coaches to my right.
They was very adamant about that call. So Leland first down after it's marked off.
This really puts them in good scoring position in the red zone, Kirsten, where they've been trying to get, and there's still a lot of time left in this ball game.
There sure is. Just the start of the fourth quarter with that play. 1st and 10 at the Aragon 22. Pizzo and Portera in the backfield. This is Portera. Portera, open, real estate, Portera. Touchdown, Leland.
You know, that time they went right over that right side of the line. You saw big number 74, Shang, pave the way, and Portera's quickness running around the other defenders on the Aragon defense, giving some big momentum, badly needed momentum to this Charger offense.
And Christian Newkirk, we've barely heard from him. He is certainly one of the best kickers in the area, in for the point after attempt. It's good. 11:38 left to go in the game. Leland cuts into the deficit, still trails 28-14.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
The winner of this game would advance to the semifinals next week and meet the winner of St. Francis and Overfelt. St. Francis, the top seed. And right now, St. Francis in the fourth quarter up 42-0 on Overfelt.
So maybe a safe statement. They will advance to the winner of this game.
Newkirk, short kick. Bounces, taken by LZ at the 19. LZ trying to follow some blockers. It'll be 1st and 10 for Aragon from the 28-yard line. Aragon's Nat Blood, the quarterback of this run-heavy offense. Blood has one TD throw in the game.
You were mentioning earlier Noor Kadam. He's a refugee from Iraq and left his family for America. There isn't much that you can do to keep a player like that down with what he's been through.
Now a senior, a terrific story as Aragon gives it right back to LZ. LZ just runs down a Charger for a first down.
back to that perimeter running game here by Aragon. And it's really now is the important time for the Chargers to step up to get a stop like they were doing earlier in this ball game, particularly in the second quarter where they had a few 3-and-outs. And let's see if the defense hasn't gotten a push from their offensive score.
This is Jackson as Jackson stretches forward for 4. The Leland defense, well, if it's not Elsie or Jackson or Kay, it has been a TD throw from Blood, so a lot to keep their eye on. The Chargers need to tighten up and start making stops.
Yeah, I think now you see a lot more men in the box beginning to stack the line. And the Dons just willing to run this clock out, doing what they do best, running the ball, and start work on this clock. And the Charger defense has to start coming up here with some plays, start stunning on some of those run plays, and maybe start going for the balls, looking for turnover opportunities to make for some big plays here and get their defense to make a play that can lead to a score. That would really help them get back into this game. But this is typically the part of the game where you'd want to see that out of your defense.
Jackson runs for the first down. Strong tackle Zach Shong wrapped him up. Kay goes in motion. And fumble, hot potato on the field. Leland comes up with it. Aragon shoots itself in a foot for another time. Can the Chargers make it pay? Leland grabbing the momentum again.
That's the turnover that we were talking about, Kirsten, that they needed to have to really give their offense that shot in the arm to come back on this ball field. And we'll see what they can do with it. But the defense did its job in coming up here with forcing the fumble and getting the turnover back for their ball club.
Turnovers by Aragon's been plentiful. That's one thing that they have not done well. They had some penalties in the first half. As penalties come in here as Leland goes to work from their own 40. And the third offsides call of the night against Aragon, as I just mentioned the penalties.
Rather prophetic as you were, Kirsten, on that call.
Fred, I'm sure you've noticed Aragon has a lot of two-way players out on the field tonight. Has the great penetration in the backfield. However, they can't wrap up Portera, and he makes it 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Yeah, that time Patrick Pawnee got shot the gap, could have made the tackle in the backfield. Portero spun out of it and made lemonade, and they've got 2nd and short.
Aragon has played well in facets of the game and other facets given their head coach fits. As Leland lines up 3 receivers on the left side. McLaughlin under center. And running the slant is Mose, and Mose burns that Aragon secondary for a first down.
It's a very similar pattern they ran with Portero on the last series of downs where they got the first down. They overloaded the zone with those 3 receivers split wide left, and they've seemed to have taken turns on which one, making that defense guess. But each case, they've got open field running room after each catch.
Matt Mose with the catch. Ball on the 34 of Aragon. Here's Portera. Portera still on his feet. Portera showing some will and determination as Leland moves ever closer to the end zone.
That time he spun out of control of the control of Mr. Manoa.
Tasmanian Devil.
Which is even a more impressive feat for Portera to accomplish as he gained extra yardage. Now we're seeing the play calling here really come into play where Aragon really doesn't know what is coming. We might now actually see a run now that they've spread that defense.
Pizzo and Portero in the backfield. Mose lines up on the left. This is Portera. Seems to be running better here in the third quarter. A lot of confidence.
Yeah, that left side has been opportunistic for the running game. As beginning to see what we saw in the second quarter here by the Chargers on that left side.
8 and change left to go in the ball game. 2nd and 7 for Leland from the 20. Trailing 28-14. McLaughlin, pump fake, jumps up, Portera wide open, hits the defender in the back. Elsie, the defender, but the penalty markers coming. Elsie thinks he will be called on PI, and everyone seems to agree.
I think the whole stadium could agree on that one at this point.
As does our referee, Phil Beltran.
And that time you saw a nice pump fake by McLaughlin.
It looked like that. Sorry, I was going to say, Fred, it looked like that ball was underthrown.
Could very well have been. And if Elsie had simply turned around to face the ball, he might have found it in his hands, much less not gotten the penalty.
Absolutely. Leland will take it. 1st and goal for the Chargers. Just inside, ball spotted just inside the 10. Again, Pizzo and Portera. Portera has been the workhorse on this drive, as is so often. McLaughlin evading the grasp, jumps up again and throws it away. McLaughlin likes to leave his feet when pursued.
Yeah, interesting. I'm seeing here on defense where the Dons have moved David Manoa back into coverage off the line, and that's really creating more passing opportunities for McLaughlin in the backfield.
Yeah, Leland will take it for sure.
Where they don't have to pay as much attention to him on the line. That does give him more time. Interesting call by the defense. Understanding you want to put your best athlete in the backfield at this point to prevent big plays. But I think it's certainly hurting the pass rush they had earlier.
2nd and goal. And it's the run by Portera. Portera stumbled. He gotten tripped up by Manoa. Couldn't regain his footing. But still brings up 3rd and goal from about the 3.
Very good second effort just to keep going after Manoa tripped him up on about the 10 to make it to the 5. Could have almost been a stop for no gain.
7:10 left to go in the ball game. 3rd and goal. Actually, yes, the ball actually spotted at the 5. Leland trailing by 14. And Aragon read that play, knew it was coming. The handoff to the fullback, Pizzo, and this brings up 4th and 4.
Now with this clock running, you're running the ball to score. Clock now becoming in the favor of the Aragon Dons. The more it rolls down as it clicks away here into 6:30 left in the ball game.
And timeout called by Aragon. 6:24 left to go. It'll be 4th and goal from the 5 for Leland. Perhaps the biggest play of the night. Certainly the most pivotal play. And Mike Carrazzo is going to have a chance to talk it over with his team as well as Steve Sell for Aragon.
So do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Well, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Just another reminder, stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where Kirsten and I are going to select our player of the game, as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game and perhaps a few scores from others here tonight in CCS playoff action. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
A big thank you to the administration here at Leland High School, as well as the Central Coast section. Our cameraman today is Joey Colber. Our producer, Kevin Smith. I'm Kirsten Fairchild alongside Fred Landis. First week of the postseason, and what an exciting postseason it should be. Number of sports stepping into the spotlight on PlayOnSports.com. Water polo, cross country, golf, soccer in some areas, volleyball. Fall is just packed with sports, and we are pleased to bring it all to you on PlayOnSports.com. 4th and goal from the 5 for Leland. Portero, Pizzo, McLaughlin under center. McLaughlin rolling to his right. Throws back. Wide open is Portero. The play stands up. Touchdown, Chargers. Perhaps the best executed play of the night.
A marvelous call by Coach Carrazzo on that one, drawing the defense all the way over. Portero just left alone to catch that one. And let's credit his quarterback, McLaughlin, just throwing back over his shoulder to his left side to make that happen.
Newkirk for the point after. It's good. Leland has clawed its way back to a 28-21 deficit. One touchdown separates these two teams. 6:17 left to go. Aragon leads at 28-21.
We really have to admire, I think, what you mentioned earlier, how McLaughlin has willed his team back here in this second half when things were looking down as they went down 28-7. He broke that, really what was a broken play. Well, not broken play, but he found no one open to throw downfield to, ran around in on 4th and about 15 yards and got the first down as he ran out of bounds. It was all Mr. McLaughlin on that play. And we're seeing now, ever since, he's got his team back in this ball game.
Leland held scoreless in the first, held scoreless in the third. 2 TDs in the fourth. One, a run by Portera for 17 yards. The second, McLaughlin to Portera through the air for 5. Newkirk goes on side kick, and it is handled by Aragon. So the game opened this way, and Aragon, number 23, I do not have him. Oh, yep, there he is. Well, of course, it's Andrew Walker who had the pivotal play to end the half with the sack on McLaughlin.
Yeah, Coach Sell putting the good hands people up front, even with six minutes left in this ball game, knowing full well onside kick was coming.
Ball at the 46 as Blood goes back to work, and Jackson ganged up on with Leland with the group tackle. Aragon with 2 timeouts remaining. Leland has all 3.
Yeah, we're now at the point of the game where we're really seeing both defensive lines really beginning to tire and vulnerable of the push. You saw a big push there on the offensive line by the Dons. They've got big number 68 in the middle.
Here's Jackson once again. Jackson, first down yardage and more.
That time he's able to reach the edge as the tight end that time got a nice seal block, springing him for the first down.
5:30 and counting. Aragon playing with a 28-21 lead. 1st and 10 from the Leland 42. Aragon turned it over on its last possession, and Leland put 7 more up on the scoreboard. Aragon needs to hold onto the ball here. As LZ, correction. Patrick Pawnee with the carry.
Yes, just as you mentioned that, I noticed Pawnee really wrapping the ball with not just both hands, both arms, a textbook up the middle formation, to make sure it doesn't get poked loose as it did last time, about this position on the field when the Chargers took over.
On 2nd and 4, here's Jackson. Jackson has been the workhorse here in the second half. Elsie obviously doing quite a bit of exertion on defense, getting a bit of a rest here as Jackson continues to have his number called and continues to churn out first downs for his team.
Yeah, the big guys on the right side here really making some room on that line. We're seeing a lot of success of them running the ball, where Chargers seem to have it on the left side. The Dons have been finding it on the right side, particularly this series of down in the second half.
4:15 and counting. This is the fullback. Penalty comes in as Pawnee again falls forward. So that middle, they're finding success up the middle once again. Flag on the play.
It would appear to be illegal motion. We'll see what the men in the zebra suits have to say about it.
Aragon with the penalty. It'll be 1st and 15. Clock stopped at 4:14.
Yeah, that penalty not entirely consequential when you're this deep in the territory with a clock running while you're running the ball rather successfully, the way the Dons have been able to do.
Two receivers line up left. One is Kay. Kay, we barely called his number at all, as Elsie. Very little for Elsie. Under 4 minutes, clock continues to run.
Yeah, that time the interior of that line for the Chargers, Jack Lamina and Nohan Houghton with a stop. And Lamina's had the task protecting McLaughlin's weak side tonight, doing a standout job on David Manoa.
.315 and counting. Here is Elsie. Big gap for Elsie. You know, when we look at Keeley, the center for Aragon, as the whistles blow, I imagine Leland will call a timeout here, stopping the clock
Indeed.
at 3:13. When we look at Keeley for Aragon, the center, it's like looking at a D1 center.
He's a big man at his size, and you see his stature on the field, and at his size and weight, there's really not an ounce of fat on the young man either. He's got great footwork. You see him downfield in virtually all of these plays at 6'5" and 310. He's downfield leading the way for his running backs. So not only gets into the past the line of scrimmage, but then blocks downfield into the secondary, and that's really where you see players excel in the next level.
Well, and it's credit Coach Sell for making Neely the center, because when you see a lot of times players, just if you just take them on their stats alone, they're not playing center at that size in
Right.
the high school game. And, obviously his future looks bright, I would imagine.
Yes, usually a player of his height and weight you see on the weak side at a left tackle. Not a lot of centers quite often at that height, but he certainly has room to play the next level the way we've seen him play tonight.
Out of the timeout, Leland has 2 remaining. And the run on the right side, still on his feet. And a big gain as nothing is turned into something. Aragon continuing to test this Leland defense with the run, and the defense has been giving.
Yeah, here again over that right side, Elsie finding some room here in this series of down time after time, as that offensive line is starting to take control of this ball game. As looks like the Chargers call another timeout.
They sure do. 3:02 left to go. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. As our Actually, it's got to be first and goal from the 10 as there's no down marker.
So be sure and stay with us here for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where Kirsten and I will select our player of the game, wrap up all the action, give you some scores from other CCS action as we know them. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
That's right. We will have our hands full no matter which team wins at this point, because it has certainly been a team effort tonight.
Most notably, and I think we see here the difference in playoff action, where one team looks like they might break away, the other team coming back. You see the evenly balanced coaching and players.
First and goal from the 10. This is Kay. Kay, who has been quiet in the second half, brought down, but a penalty comes flying in.
It's like that could be a hold on the offensive line.
It sure is.
That's exactly it, and that's what certainly the Chargers need to keep the Dons out of the end zone, but in the meantime, they still maintain possession, and that's rather more important than anything else at 2:56 left in this ballgame.
Aragon with a 28-21 lead. Again, one team will be done after the other team has won and advanced to the semifinals of the Central Coast Section Division II bracket. And whistles blow once again. Blood has come back to the huddle. And making sure that the marker lines up with the spots. So the ball spotted at the 18. First and goal after the holding penalty. The clock begins again. Elsie and Jackson, what a tandem they've been, side by side as Kay goes in motion. And the handoff to Elsie. Good penetration and wrap up by the Leland defense as the clock continues to run.
Yeah, that time Will Kmeyer, number 71, the junior defensive end, made the play. And they're going to need more out of that right side of that line here to stop this running game and get this ball back. With second and goal, they've really got just those three more plays here to get into the end zone, where the Chargers could take over or will take over the ball. So they really can't get a first down due to that crucial penalty, Kirsten, that they have to score or give it up. They can't get another first down and maintain possession. That's very crucial with 1:53 left in the game.
Aragon calls a timeout. 28-21, the Dons lead. 1:53 left to go. It'll be second and goal from the 18 for the team from San Mateo. They play in the Peninsula Athletic League Bay Division, just 2-3 in league play, not even a winning record. They certainly play better than a 2-3 league team tonight.
Unquestionably, and that really just points, to the level of competition that these teams have. The same reason we mentioned earlier, St. Francis, number one seed at 5-5, and it's safe to say that you don't get to be a number one seed looking like you play like a 5-5 team. Competition, the big barometer in this factor.
Terra Nova, always tough. They and Sacred Heart Prep shared the title. Burlingame and Aragon tied for third. 1:53 left to go. Second and 8. Terra Nova trailing Bellarmine 33-14 in the open division. Blood rolling out. Has a receiver wide open. Can you believe it? There's still magic left for the team from San Mateo. Touchdown Dons.
Yeah, that time the obvious long down situation. Coaches anticipating the way the Dons have been running the ball. That's what they would continue to do, just to run this clock out. And that brought the safety up, left Jackson deep, open for the touchdown. He's seen the end zone a few times tonight, Kirsten.
He certainly has, and he likes it here as Garcia in for the extra point. Plenty of leg. 35-21 Aragon. Minute 45 left to go in the ball game.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
3 different players have scored for Aragon. 2 of them have scored twice. Kay and now Jackson. Leland, minute 45. An uphill climb for the Chargers for sure. Mose and Portero deep as Garcia puts a boot in it. Here comes Portera. Portera dragging Dons with him as Leland, the offense jogs out on the field. 1:38 left in the ball game.
You know, it'd be interesting to see here with this amount of time left what the coaches really will plan to do with David Manoa, knowing that there's purely passing situation. Will they put him back up on the line? And it appears as though that's what they're doing to pressure McLaughlin, not taking any chances on letting McLaughlin throw the ball.
Manoa pressuring the quarterback, and that ball overthrown for Sato, the intended receiver, as McLaughlin lined up 3 on his right side, but nothing came off the clock.
Well, that's the kind of play the Leland Chargers prefer to have.
Second and 10. 94 seconds left to go in the ball game.
I'm sure the Aragon Dons will have something to say about that. I'm just not sure how many people really noticed the ticks not ticking.
McLaughlin, the junior, he will be back next year. Portera, a senior, of course. McLaughlin trying to get it to Sato once again. Incomplete.
Yeah, looked like hit Sato in a bad place there, right in his hands, some would say. But, you know, needless to say, you've got great senior leadership I'm seeing out here with McLaughlin. He's yet a junior. You're seeing great senior leadership willing his team back in this ball game.
Chris Mose will graduate as well. Earlier in the game, I indicated that Matt was the older brother, Matt the younger brother. Pizzo a senior as well, but Leland has reloaded in the past. Minute 28 left to go. 3rd and 10 on the screen pass, and that partially deflected as it bounces as Manoa raises his hand saying, yes, I did get one of these mitts on the ball.
Yeah, they look like they're just trying to throw under the coverage, spring one of their big play receivers. They're skilled players like Sato and Portero. They've got great speed on the perimeter, great ball handlers. With that deep zone now played by the Dons.
4th and 10. Minute 25 remaining. McLaughlin out of the shotgun. McLaughlin wide open is Matt Mose. Matt Mose converts on 4th down, gets the ball into Aragon territory. Looked like he might have had a chance to break one. Minute 17 remaining.
That's why they play that deep zone just in a prevent. And if any time a prevent worked in football, it certainly worked in that situation, as Mose made a nice catch, almost scored it through the middle.
Nearing the minute mark. McLaughlin. Portera goes up and gets the ball. Another spin move. Tries to get out of bounds. He does not. As the clock continues to run, both teams with one timeout. And Leland calls their final timeout. 48 seconds remaining. The Chargers trailing 35-21 to the Aragon Dons.
So still hope in this play, in this ball game, with McLaughlin again willing his team back into this play, making a nice play over the middle. At this point, a big play into the end zone, an onside kick, and you really have an interesting ball game to finish it up. And McLaughlin's just the quarterback with the arm to make it happen. The Dons, no doubt, be playing a deep zone just to prevent it. But if you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight, well, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. And this program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Alongside Fred Landis, I'm Kirsten Fairchilds. Our videographer tonight, Joey Kolber, and our producer extraordinaire, Kevin Smith. A big thanks to everyone at the Central Coast section, including the commissioner, Nancy Lazenby Blazer, as well as the staff administration here at Leland High School for being so hospitable. 3 receivers lined up left on 2nd and 3 out of the timeout. Quick strike from McLaughlin to Portera. Portera, first down, stops the clock at 40 seconds. Leland out of timeouts, trailing 35-21. McLaughlin out of the shotgun, puts Pizzo on his right hip to block. McLaughlin going end zone. Portera wide open, but overthrown.
Too bad in some really broken coverage.
Yes.
It looked as though Elsie was playing the up receiver mistakenly, and that left Portera wide open. Could have been an easy touchdown, 6 points for the Chargers.
And Manoa calling Elsie over to make sure he is on the right page. 30 seconds left.
But you saw the arm in McLaughlin, knowing he can make this big play. This is not too much yardage for him to score very quickly. One little breakdown in defense.
And he had his feet on the ground when he made that throw, Fred.
Indeed.
2nd and 10, 30 seconds left. Here's Portera through his hands, took his eye off it.
Pass a little bit behind him as well, but obviously at this point they're going to try to get it to their big play receivers. That play has worked very successfully here tonight. That just slant with an overloaded zone on the right side, 3 receivers. Don certainly didn't pick it up there, just a pass a bit off.
3rd and 10 with 27 seconds remaining. McLaughlin going end zone. Matt Mose can't run it down. 4th down.
A great opportunity there. Mose just in his outstretched hands. He laid out. And credit this offensive line for really keeping David Manoa out of McLaughlin's face on this entire series.
22 seconds left. 4th down. Some pats on the back, some hugs on the Leland sideline. Timeout by Aragon. They call their final timeout.
So PlayOn Sports is not just your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here.
Absolutely. It's our privilege and pleasure to bring you this broadcast as well as other games across the U.S. Leland High returned 20 players from last year's squad. 8 starters. They went 9-2 overall, 6-1 in Mount Hamilton division. Finished second once again behind Oak Grove. Last year they suffered an first round loss in the open division to Palo Alto, 20-6. And it appears as if their season will end tonight against this Aragon Dons team. 4th and 10 for Matt McLaughlin and company. Ball spotted at the 35, 22 seconds remaining.
And we'll see.
As the rain falls here, once again, McLaughlin under pressure. Manoa giving chase. Manoa can't catch McLaughlin. Portero wide open. No, it's broken up. What a big-time play by Aragon's number 10, Dominic Proya.
Yes, he just knocked that one away right in front of Portero, who was hoping for that. And for McLaughlin to get out of the outstretched dive of Manoa, quite a feat. But sort of waiting for the Dons to put Manoa back on the line to make it not so easy for Mr. McLaughlin to get passes off downfield. And with 12 seconds left, the Dons will take over, and we'll be back after 12 seconds, too, when this game runs out, for our player of the game. And I'm sure you're thinking about who that might be, Kirsten.
As you see, blood takes a knee. Aragon victorious in San Jose. The team from San Mateo improves to 8-3 overall and advances to the Central Coast Section Division II semifinals. Leland finishes its season at 6-5. Final score 35-21 Aragon. Fred and I will be back with our PlayOnSports.com player of the game and post-game show. Don't you dare go away. We're your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to Pat Tillman Stadium for our PlayOnSports.com postgame show, starting with our player of the game from the Aragon Dons. It's Marcel Jackson, the senior running back, who just chewed up this field like it was nothing today. Aragon, a 35-21 winner over the host team, the Leland Chargers, in first-round action of Central Coast Section Division II. First of all, Marcel, congratulations.
Thank you.
You opened up the scoring. You finished the scoring. What was it like out on the field today? It just seemed like everything was working for your running back trio.
Well, when I first went out there, I was just like, let's go line. We got to go hard all game. If not, then this is my last year of high school football ever. So then I was just telling them, like, let's just push it, go hard during every play, like our last.
Your center, Neely, is, I find, very unusual at the high school level that someone at 6'5" and his weight, that he is a center. What's it like following him?
Man, that's a big boy, you know. Big boy back up there. So every play I just tell him to go hard. Even though when he mad, he mess up, I'm like, just let it go. The holding, just let it slide. And the next play, he just go hard.
It wasn't a perfect game from your team. There were a number of penalties and a number of turnovers. Why do you think that happened today? Was it the Leland defense? Was it playing on this different field and perhaps the weather with the rain?
I don't really know right there. We just came out playing.
Okay.
That's the main thing. Yeah.
How good is your team? How far do you think you can go?
I think we can go all the way. I think we could be anybody if we need to. We could be the Patriots.
There you go. Aragon has not won a CCS title since 1994. I'm sure you know that. I know that. Marcel Jackson, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the way. Aragon, a 35-21 winner over Leland. My partner Fred Landis and I will be back in just a few minutes to wrap up the PlayOnSports.com postgame show.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Back at Pat Tillman Stadium on the campus of Leland High School alongside Fred Landis. I'm Kirsten Fairchild. Thank you for joining us for our PlayOnSports.com postgame show. Aragon Dons, the number 5 seed out of San Mateo, a 35-21 winner over the host team, the Leland Chargers of San Jose. Aragon led from the opening. They had the running back by committee. Leland certainly made it interesting in the fourth quarter, but the Dons with too much firepower.
Yeah, they certainly did. They took advantage of some turnovers, stayed in the game. Their quarterback, McLaughlin, just a junior, willed that team back to keep in this ball game, especially on his scramble for that fourth down, to get that pickup on the first. They almost had the momentum just to come back in. but it was really too much on the Aragon side of the football in that running game to overcome, I think, here for the Chargers tonight.
You know what I liked a lot about that Aragon team is that they certainly made their mistakes, but what I like about their team is that it didn't seem to affect them. And we both had a chance to talk with Marcel Jackson, our player of the game. You off camera. I had a chance to interview him on camera. It just seemed that they came in here so determined that no setbacks were going to affect them coming away with anything but a W.
Well, absolutely not. And you know, a team that puts up 61 points on the board just last week is not going to be denied on offense. And your defense is going to need to step up, play the game, and you're going to have to win on a big play or a turnover here and there to beat them, because you're not going to outscore them. Is a very safe statement, and they showed that here tonight as they were able to come back from that adversity. And they're going to need all that they can handle next week when they meet St. Francis in the next round.
St. Francis, a 42-0 winner over Overfelt. St. Francis out of the West Catholic Athletic League, the top seed. I'm really interested to see that matchup next week. I think it's going to be a good one.
It really will be, and then they're going to need all the speed that they could muster up here tonight. They had against the Chargers, and it's going to be an exciting CCF playoff season.
Absolutely. On behalf of my partner, Fred Landis, our videographer, Joey Colber, and our producer, Kevin Smith, I'm Kirsten Fairchild. A big thanks to everyone at the Central Coast section, as well as the administration and staff here at Leland High School. Aragon Dons down from San Mateo, advanced to the next round, a 35-21 winner over Leland High. So long from San Jose, everyone. We'll catch you next time on PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.